Fire Department, Chief Sabo.
Good evening, everyone. For the month of May, we had a total of 232 events. We had 149 EMS events with 124 transports. We had 3 fire events, including 3 building fires outside of Concord. We had mutual aid. We provided mutual aid 17 times, and we received mutual aid 21 times. Our Fire Prevention Bureau was busy with 14 fire protection system testings, 4 fire alarm testing, 12 annual inspections, 4 plan reviews, and 3 consults. In addition to that, public education was out doing that. We had 2 public education events and 1 residential lockbox installation. I normally don't read from anywhere during my report, but this evening I will. I would like to take a few minutes to update everyone on the progress of the fire station project. It's important to me to provide the community with a brief history of the existing fire stations. Both facilities were dedicated in the mid-1960s, and both have undergone several remodels focused initially on expanding paramedic coverage in the township. With the exception of the addition to Station 2 in 1998 and the major remodel of Station 1 in 2001, much of the work inside the walls of the firehouses has been done in-house by our staff on a very limited budget. In 2017, Concord Township hired the Ohio Fire Chiefs Association for a fire station feasibility and location analysis. In that report, the opinion was that the existing stations have outlived their usefulness as fire stations and recommended replacement of both facilities. Additionally, based on response time estimates, they recommended that a watchful eye be placed on future needs for a Station 3. However, there are currently no plans to add a 3rd station. Early in 2018, the township took the next step and published a request for qualifications from architecture firms. Firms from across the country submitted their qualifications, and the township selected LeMay Erickson Wilcox Architects, who have extensive background in the design of fire stations. After the architect was selected, we began the first steps of design to establish our space needs. We have response vehicles located away and secured from the fire stations and take considerable amount of time to deploy. Our 2nd Deuce Squad is located in the service department garage, and our off-road rescue vehicle is located in the Red Barn across from Station 1, along with much of our equipment and documents. Our Fire Prevention Bureau, located in a residential house next to Station 2, has its own limitations and expense. Our structural firefighting gear is located in a contaminated area of the fire station and does not have the opportunity to properly off-gas. At Station 1, the firefighters live on the 2nd floor and must navigate stairs to get to the apparatus floor. This not only hinders our response to an emergency, but is also a safety concern for responding firefighters. In order to accommodate the potential footprint of a new Station 2 at its current location, we saw a need to acquire the property on North Meadow directly behind the Fire Prevention Bureau. The Deputy Chief and I approached the property owner to have a discussion about the possibility of the township purchasing her property. We were all fortunate with timing in that she was in the process of putting her house on the market when we had that initial discussion. As you will likely see, this project remains a work in progress. We have received a cost estimate based on the latest renditions of both fire stations. We will continue to run programming sessions with the architect to make sure we are making effective use of the space, reducing the overall impact to the campus, and be fiscally responsible in our planning. Once this is complete, we will request an updated cost estimate on the overall project. Over the last 3 years, I have educated myself by attending national fire station design conferences, and I have learned that this is one of the most expensive projects any community will ever endure. As a resident of Concord Township myself, I respect the fact that this is a huge ask of the community and do not take it lightly, as it also affects my personal budgeting. A working fire station includes elements such as staging of fire and EMS apparatus, living and working spaces for the firefighters, and administrative and fire prevention space. During a natural or man-made disaster, there is an expectation that the fire station and personnel remain functional. This project is focused on using materials that are durable and sustainable with the expectation that they will last 50 to 75 years. Today's fire station design considerations include cancer reduction, behavioral health, reduced response times, gender neutrality, as well as compliance with ADA regulations. I encourage everyone to read the facility assessment and fire station location analysis completed by the Ohio Fire Chiefs Association, located on the Concord Township website. I cannot thank the community enough for their continued support of Concord Township Fire Department. For many years, we have done what we had to do to get by, whether it be in terms of facilities, equipment, or personnel. And we continue to be adaptive to the growth of the township and the needs of those we serve. I regularly remind my staff that my door remains open to them. Today, I extend the same invitation to the residents and businesses of Concord Township. I invite you all to come and visit the fire stations and give us the opportunity to answer any of your questions regarding this project or fire department operations and activities. Concord Township Recreation Department is hosting a presentation of the history of Concord Township Fire Department on June 22nd at 3 o'clock at the Old Stone Schoolhouse. Immediately following that presentation and continuing until 5 o'clock, Station 1 will be open for tours. This gives you your first glance at the challenges that we face on a daily basis. During Community Days on August 10th, Station 1 will be open for tours from 1 to 3. On August 11th, from 11 to 2, Concord Fire Department will be hosting its annual Safety Day. This is a great opportunity to check out our equipment and meet your firefighters and paramedics. These are all opportunities for the community to stop in, ask questions, and see firsthand what our challenges are in our current facilities. I appreciate your time, and that concludes my report.
Thank you, Chief.
Thanks, Chief.